Have you ever wondered whether there is some forgotten secret behind firm skin, shiny hair, strong nails, and flexible joints? Take a moment to prepare yourself, because what I am about to share is not an expensive supplement, and it is not something you usually think about when planning your meals. What if I told you that the most powerful source of collagen on the planet does not come in fancy powders or capsules, and it certainly does not have the words anti-aging printed on its label? The reality is that millions of people are spending large amounts of money on collagen supplements, hoping to preserve youthful skin, protect their joints, or support gut health. But here is an uncomfortable truth. Most of those products are little more than fragments that have been stripped of the most valuable parts of what nature originally provided. And what is truly lost is not just money. It is flexibility in the body. It is comfort in the joints. It is the skin slowly losing its structure as the years pass. What may surprise you most is this: the most bioavailable, easily absorbed collagen that your body recognizes and uses efficiently is not rare, strange, or expensive. It comes from parts of animals that modern diets have quietly taught us to throw away. There is one particular food, slightly chewy, completely unglamorous, and almost never talked about, that delivers collagen in its most concentrated and usable form. You are not supplementing. You are eating pure collagen directly. I will reveal it to you shortly. First, you need to understand why the body responds so differently to real collagen-rich foods compared to anything that comes from a jar. Long before collagen became a trend, our grandparents were getting this nourishment every single day, without powders, without pills, and without monthly subscriptions. They did not supplement. They ate wisely. Today, I am going to uncover the truth about three of the most overlooked collagen-rich foods you can easily find. They are beef tendon, chicken feet, and real bone broth prepared in the traditional way. I will show you where to find them, how to prepare them step by step, and how to turn them into meals that truly support your skin, joints, gut, and connective tissues from the inside out. Because once you understand this, buying collagen supplements will feel like paying for the shadow of something real. If this information sparks your curiosity, gently press the subscribe button now so you do not miss the next valuable insights on health and lifestyle that we will be sharing. 1. Beef tendon, the pure collagen gem. Let us begin with the food that makes most people pause, squint, and quietly step away from the butcher counter. That food is beef tendon. At first glance, it does not look like food at all. It appears tough, pale, and unfamiliar. Many people mistake it for fat or waste. That misunderstanding is exactly why it remains one of the most undervalued collagen sources on the planet. Because once you understand what it truly is, everything changes. Beef tendon is not muscle meat. It is connective tissue, the very structure that holds muscles to bones, and nutritionally, that matters greatly. Unlike steak or ground beef, beef tendon is made up of roughly 95% protein, and most of that protein is type 1 collagen. This is the same collagen that forms the framework of your skin, hair, nails, tendons, ligaments, and even part of your gut lining. In other words, you are not just eating protein, you are eating the raw materials your body uses to rebuild itself. And the benefits do not stop there. Beef tendon naturally contains glycine and proline, two amino acids that are essential for collagen synthesis, tissue repair, and calming inflammation. It also provides glucosamine, a compound so strongly associated with joint supplements that people forget it originally comes from food. When you eat tendon, you receive these compounds together in their natural ratios, in the way your body recognizes best. The nutritional profile is almost unbelievable for such a nourishing food. A serving of about 85 grams contains approximately 131 calories, 32 grams of protein, only 1 gram of fat, and 0 carbohydrates. This makes it extremely efficient, deeply satisfying without being heavy, and compatible with keto, carnivore, low-carb, and ancestral-style diets. Now let us talk about preparation, because this is where most people feel intimidated. Raw beef tendon is extremely tough, so tough that a knife can barely cut it. But with the right process, it transforms into something entirely different. Soft, elastic, tender, and deeply satisfying to eat. The first step is simple but important. Rinse the tendon thoroughly under cold running water. This removes surface residue and helps ensure a cleaner final result. Next comes a step you should never skip. Place the tendon in a pot, Cover it with cold water and bring it to a boil. Let it boil gently for about 10 to 15 minutes. You will see foam and cloudy impurities rise to the surface. This is exactly what you want to remove. When the time is up, pour out the water completely and discard it. This step dramatically improves the flavor, aroma, and clarity of the final dish. Now the real transformation begins. Return the tendon to your pot and cover it with fresh water. From here, you have three options depending on your kitchen tools and your patience. If you use a pressure cooker or instant pot, cook on high pressure for 90 minutes. If you prefer a slow cooker, set it on low for 8 to 10 hours. And if you like the traditional stovetop method, bring the pot to a boil, then reduce the heat to the lowest possible setting and simmer gently for 4 to 6 hours. All three methods work. The goal is the same: fully tender, collagen-rich tendon. Once cooked, remove the tendon and let it cool slightly. Then comes a step that makes everything much easier. Refrigerate it overnight, ideally in some of the cooking liquid. As it cools, the gelatin will set, giving the tendon a firm, elastic texture that is incredibly easy to slice. The next day, you will find that it cuts cleanly into beautiful pieces with ease. No slipping, no crumbling. At this point, it is ready to be used in soups, stews, stir-fries, or even crisped in an air fryer. One final tip: never throw away the tendon cooking liquid. Once chilled, it often sets into a thick, jiggly gel. This is concentrated collagen broth, a form of liquid gold. Use it as a base for soups or freeze it for later use. You can find beef tendon at most butcher shops if you ask, and it is almost always available at Asian markets. It is affordable, deeply nourishing, and one of the most direct ways to give your body exactly what it needs to maintain strong joints, elastic skin, and a healthy gut. 2. Chicken feet, the forgotten culinary treasure. If beef tendon is the collagen gem people avoid because it looks unfamiliar, chicken feet are often avoided because they look too familiar. For many Westerners, they are not even considered food. They are something to discard, ignore, or politely refuse. And that is a major nutritional mistake. Chicken feet are made almost entirely of skin, cartilage, tendons, and connective tissue, exactly where collagen lives. They are especially rich in type 2 collagen, the form most closely associated with cartilage and joint cushioning. If your knees, hips, fingers, or shoulders have started reminding you of their presence more often than you would like, this is the type of collagen your body immediately recognizes and understands. Beyond collagen, chicken feet naturally contain chondroitin, a compound so valued for joint health that it is commonly paired with glucosamine in supplements. They also provide calcium and phosphorus, supporting bone strength in a gentle, food-based way rather than through artificial supplementation. And perhaps most impressive, they offer all of these benefits at an almost unbelievable cost. In many markets, chicken feet are among the least expensive animal foods available. This makes them a powerful option for maintaining optimal health without spending excessively. The key to loving chicken feet lies in preparation. When handled correctly, they have no strange taste, no unpleasant smell, and nothing intimidating about them. They become soft, silky, and deeply satisfying. Start with cleaning. Rinse the chicken feet thoroughly under cold water. Using kitchen scissors, cut off the claws at the final joint and discard them. This step alone makes them feel far more approachable. Next comes what I call deodorizing, and it is essential. Place the clean chicken feet into a pot, cover with water, and add a few slices of fresh ginger or a splash of vinegar. Bring the pot to a boil and cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. This quick boil removes any remaining odor and impurities. Pour out the water, rinse the feet again, and you will have a clean, neutral base ready to absorb flavor. Now it is time to cook them until tender. If using a pressure cooker, cover the chicken feet with fresh water or broth and cook on high pressure for 25 to 30 minutes. On the stovetop, place them in a covered pot with enough liquid to submerge them and simmer gently for about 1.5 to 2 hours. You will know they are ready when the skin and connective tissue are soft and easily separate from the small bones. From here, chicken feet become incredibly versatile. You can braise them in a deeply flavorful liquid, such as coconut water, soy sauce, garlic, and chili for a Vietnamese-style dish, or with mushrooms and peanuts for a richer profile. They absorb flavor beautifully while maintaining their signature silky texture. One of the smartest ways to use chicken feet is almost invisible. Add a few cleaned, tender chicken feet to a pot of pho, ramen, or any soup. As they cook, they release collagen into the broth, transforming it into something glossy, rich, and deeply nourishing. You may not even notice the feet themselves, but you will absolutely notice the mouthfeel and satisfaction of the broth. For the more adventurous, chicken feet can even become a snack. After braising until tender, lightly season them and dry them at a low temperature in the oven or a food dehydrator. The result is a chewy, collagen-rich treat that is surprisingly addictive. Chicken feet remind us of something important. Nutrition does not have to be fancy to be powerful. Sometimes the most healing foods are the ones we were taught to overlook. 3. Bone broth, the ancestral elixir. If beef tendon is concentrated collagen and chicken feet are joint-focused collagen, bone broth is the great unifier, the quiet dish that brings everything together. Long before collagen powders existed, before protein shakes, before branded supplements, there was always a pot of bone broth gently simmering somewhere in the kitchen. That pot held bones, joints, connective tissue, and time. Bone broth is not a trend. It is a foundation, and for good reason. Real bone broth is a full-spectrum animal extract. When you simmer bones slowly, you are not just extracting collagen, you are drawing minerals from the bone matrix, gelatin from connective tissue, and amino acids that support digestion, sleep, and recovery. This is why real bone broth feels different from ordinary box stock. One nourishes, the other simply adds flavor. During the long, gentle simmer, collagen breaks down into gelatin and smaller peptides that the body can absorb easily. This is especially helpful if digestion is not perfect, which is common as we age. Bone broth is also rich in glycine, an amino acid that supports the gut lining, helps regulate blood sugar, promotes deeper sleep, and assists the liver in detoxification. That is why a warm cup of bone broth in the evening can feel unexpectedly calming and grounding. Mineral-wise, bone broth provides calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium in a balanced food-based form. These minerals do not come alone. They are delivered alongside gelatin and amino acids that help the body actually use them. Now let us talk about how to make bone broth properly, because this is where most people go wrong. The first step is choosing the right bones. For best results, use a mix. Marrow bones provide deep flavor and minerals. Joint bones and knuckles contribute collagen and gelatin. Chicken feet, if available, add exceptional gelling power. This combination creates depth, nourishment, and unmistakable quality in the final broth. Before beginning the long simmer, always blanch the bones. Place them in a pot, cover with water, bring to a boil, and cook for about 10 minutes. Drain and discard the water. This removes impurities and ensures a clean, pleasant-tasting broth. Transfer the blanched bones to a large pot or slow cooker. Cover with cold water by about 5 to 8 centimeters, which is roughly 2 to 3 inches. Then add 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. This is not for flavor. It helps draw minerals from the bones. If you like, you may add onion, carrot, and celery for aroma, but keep it simple. Bone broth does not need much. Now comes the most important part, time and temperature. Bring the pot to a gentle boil, then reduce the heat to the lowest possible setting. You are not boiling vigorously, you are simmering softly. The surface should show only the slightest movement. For chicken broth, simmer for 12 to 24 hours. For beef or lamb broth, aim for 24 to 48 hours. During the first few hours, skim off any foam that rises to the surface. After that, you can leave it undisturbed. When cooking is complete, strain out the solids and allow the broth to cool. As it cools, something magical happens. Properly made bone broth will set into a firm, jiggly gel in the refrigerator. That jiggle is confirmation that you have extracted real gelatin and collagen. Store your broth in the refrigerator for up to 5 days, or freeze it in small portions for later use. Ice cube trays are perfect for this. Bone broth is incredibly versatile. You can sip it warm with a pinch of sea salt in the morning or evening. Use it to cook rice, quinoa, or lentils. Use it as a base for soups, stews, sauces, and gravies. You can even saute vegetables in it. Every time you use it, you are quietly upgrading the nutritional value of your meal. This is not a supplement. This is a foundation of health. So tell me, Which of these collagen-rich foods are you most excited to try first? Leave a comment below. If this guide helped you see collagen in a new way, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with those who still believe the best supplements come from a jar, when in reality they come from a pot gently simmering on the stove.